Hi, my name is Shane. This is my shop. I'm going to start back in the back room here. You can see this room is used mostly for storage. It's full of junk. Bathroom deck at the end of the hall there. Shelves full of a little bit of everything. Electrical, plumbing, conduit benders, a bunch of motor pulleys. Got some Babbitt and Oilers. Just parts for restoring old machines. Someday I'm going to turn this back room into my metalworking area. Move my lathe and hopefully a mill and whatever I can get back here. Probably take me a year to clean it out. Junk. Got some burl. These shelves go back about 8 feet. These 3 shelves here are just full of burl, so I can turn them on the wood lathe if I ever get one. Door to the outside. Bunch of bins for nuts and bolts. More storage on the other side. It's kind of dark, you can't really see there, but there's a couple Delta tilting top table saws under there, and a little more junk, lots of junk. It's got a Quincy, I think it's an 80-gallon, 5-horsepower compressor back there. Another one on the floor. Tripping over the dogs. That's Zoe's the black one. Or, I'm sorry, Zoe's the brown one. Bruce is the black one. Zoe's a shot dog. That's Zoe. She's a smiler. Smile. Smile. Yeah. What else we got? A couple motors. Delta stand. Caster set. I've got probably another 20 motors back in the cabinet in the bathroom. A welder buried behind the junk back here. Phase converter. Turns the single phase into 3-phase. Most of these old machines I got in here run off of 3-phase power. Toaster oven. Old the GM Frigidaire refrigerator. Furnace to heat the shop. I also got a double drum wood burning stove there. Burn all the scrap wood. Sorry about the video. I'm using my cell phone to shoot this. I'm trying to hold still, but I ain't doing a very good job. Anyway, this is the main area of my shop. Total square footage on the shop's a little over 1,200 feet. More storage. These are old blueprint cabinets. Got them full of hand planes and just some tools I've restored. This is an old, it's not old, I made it about 20 years ago, a little drum sander. Actually, it does a really good job. A little Craftsman power hacksaw. Next to that, we got an turn-of-the-century scroll saw. It's all wood. Pillow blocks are even made of wood. Haven't been able to find any information out on this, though. Cheap rigid sander. Hopefully someday I can replace this with a nice Oliver oscillating spindle sander or something close to that. Behind that, we got, I think it's a 30-inch Pextel box pan brake. And we got a 8-foot bench there, and behind that, let's see, that's a door that slides so I can close off the back room. When I'm running that phase converter, I can shut that door and I can't even hear it. So, and under the bench, got a bunch of pin blanks from when I used to do a lot of wood turning. Like I said, right now I don't have a wood lathe. I am looking, so if anybody's got one, let me know. Underneath, newer Delta grinder, old Highland Park grinder, and there's a couple others you can't see up underneath. This bench, I use this for when I'm restoring the machine. Throw all my parts and stuff up on here. Keep everything in order so I know how it all goes back together. This is an old GE workshop motor. Use this to do all my buffing. Does a good job for a little motor. Then we got post vise, another vise, anvil, a couple more motors, a couple vices, and tools. And we've got, what is this? Sorry about the beep there. I'm using, like I said, using my cell phone. This is 1980s Rockwell radio ram drill press. I love this machine. It works great. Head slides in and out, side to side, or the whole head will pivot side to side. Also comes in handy. Next to that, 1930s, I believe, Cincinnati 8-inch grinder, painted it a pretty fire engine red. Next to that, I've got my heavy tin South Bend lathe. This is probably one of the funnest machines in the shop. I do a lot of playing around on it. Next to the drill press, we got a little 8-inch disc sander. Some nice shape. Didn't have to do anything on that. I didn't just build a base for it. Same with the Walker Turner Shaper, 1950s. Got a great deal on that. Haven't even touched it. Polished it up a little bit. That was it. And we got Rockwell sander. And over on the wall next to the bench, a 1953-54 DeWalt radial arm saw. Been using that a lot lately. It works great. More storage, telephone, air hose reel, and shop vac and dust collector. More storage. Never have too much storage. And there we got a 1914 20-inch Crescent bandsaw. Then next to that's a little 10-inch Delta Specialty Company, 1931, I believe. Then next to that, 1960s 24-inch Boise crane scroll saw. Another bench full of wood scraps and junk. That's one of the newest machines in my shop. I bought that, I don't know, probably 20 years ago. All the machines in here are all 50, 100 years old. So that's one of the last new machines I've got left. I got to get rid of it. More storage. Another big bench. It's 12 feet long. Another motor, Delta 3 horsepower, repulsion induction motor. And the 1930s Buffalo drill press, 15M. And next to that's an import. Probably get rid of that someday, but it does have a nice ball dome motor on it. I'll keep. Over on the wall here we've got clamps. Never have enough clamps, and I don't have near enough. A little ladder so I can get up to all my junk on the shelves. Next to that we got a 1905 18-inch Crescent Jointer. Still got to get the head put in it, which is sitting over here on the bench. It's out of a 24-inch Powermatic planer. I need to turn it down to a 18-inch so it'll fit in the jointer. Got a 3-horsepower Alice Chalmers motor for it. Next to that, we've got 1940s, I think, Yates American 6-inch jointer. And next to that's a 1912 Crescent 18-inch planer. This is the last machine I restored. Finished this up a couple weeks ago. I really like the black and the gold, and did some pinstriping on it. Sorry. And let's see, center of the shop, I've got a 1956 Oliver 270D table saw. Probably my favorite machine in the shop, one of the first machines I restored. And that's almost it. A bunch of storage junk, swivel seats, another blueprint cabinet, got layout tools and stuff in here. So anyway, that's it. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope I didn't make you dizzy shaking around. And if you got a video of your shop, I'd love to see it. I'm going to make a post on the OWWM and add a link to your video there, please.